No, we can't rescue every animal that shows up. And that sentence hurts. It hurts to write, it hurts to say, it hurts to admit. Every day, without exception, we get at least one message on our WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and some people even come to our house asking for help. A dog hit by a car, a puppy abandoned in a box, a sick pet whose owner can't afford treatment, a neighbor with an animal in heat that needs to be neutered, and there's always that silent expectation. Are you superheroes? Solve this. But the truth is, we're far from being the saviors of the animal kingdom. We're just an ordinary family with emotional limits, financial limits, and responsibilities. This even came up in Coca Cocorico's therapy sessions. Because carrying the awareness that there are thousands of animals suffering and that you can't save them all is a huge psychological burden. It's guilt, it's helplessness, it's frustration. It's the constant feeling of not doing enough, even when you're doing a lot. There's a lot of romanticizing around rescue. People see the before and after, the skinny animal that becomes healthy, the touching adoption video. But what doesn't show up is the vet bill of thousands of reas, sleepless nights, the risk of contagious diseases for our own animals, adaptation, stress, months waiting for responsible adoption, returns, the emotional exhaustion of getting attached and saying goodbye over and over again, and the daily worry, are the adopters really taking good care of that pet I gave away? Rescuing isn't just taking the animal off the street. Rescuing means taking full responsibility for their life, and responsibility can't be outsourced. Many times, even before trying to do something, the first thing people do is message someone who has more followers. But unfortunately, having reach doesn't mean having infinite resources. It doesn't mean having unlimited funds, and it doesn't mean being emotionally invulnerable. Guys, if it were that simple, I could just post a picture of an abandoned animal and it would already find a responsible owner. I would post about 50 a day, but most of the time it takes months for us to find an owner. And this is where an important point comes in. The animal cause is endless. There will always be animals in need, and if you try to take on the whole world, you'll break. That's why there's something called shared responsibility. You who saw the animal also have power. You can change the world for that little animal. You don't need to say 50, just one is enough. And no, this isn't financial irresponsibility. No one is telling you to get into unpayable debt. But before passing the problem on, maybe it's worth asking yourself, can I do something, even if it's the bare minimum? Post in local groups, start a fundraiser, organize a raffle, take the animal for a simple checkup at the vet, offer temporary shelter, mobilize friends, demand public policies from your city hall, and encourage preventive spaying and neutering. Because another point that almost no one talks about is that a big part of the problem is structural. Lack of spaying and neutering, lack of education about responsible pet ownership, lack of punishment for abandonment. As long as society keeps treating animals as disposable, there will always be animals left on the streets. And there isn't an influencer in the world who can handle this alone. There's a very fine line between helping and self-destruction. Those who work in rescue live with a specific kind of constant grief. You never feel like you've done enough. But there's a phrase we hold on to so we don't go crazy. Saving an animal doesn't change the world, but it changes their world. And that's true. But it's also true that no one can save every world. This video isn't a rant to stop people from asking for help, much less a hint directed at anyone. Actually, it's an invitation to awareness. The animal cause isn't the responsibility of those with more followers. It's the responsibility of those who see and choose to act. Sometimes the hero of the story can be you. 100 million followers, no viral video, just you, one act, and a life changed. And that's already huge.